Everyone, it's Denki, and today on RPG Maker MV we're gonna learn how to balance your game. So it's the first episode of how to balance your RPG Maker game, and in this episode we will see the parameters. How to balance HP, attack, defense for both heroes and enemies. So what I usually do, I created a hero here, and I do a base class, which is a class with so it's basically the average states that every character in the game will have. So in this game I chose to what I usually do, I'll take a class. So I use the quick setting of RPG Maker. If I want my class to have high HP, I click A. So I click Generate Curve, and I divide this number by 10. So it will be 65. And level 99, I put 65 times 100. So 65 times 50. So it's half this amount. So it's what I did for the assassin. It's 35 and it's 1750 level 99. Okay, so it's what I do for HP. For MP I do the same. So I generate the curve and I divide by 10 and I multiply by 10 here for level 99. Okay, and I adapt the MP cost in the skills later, but we'll see this later. For all the other characteristics, for attack, defense, magic attack, magic defense, I just generate a curve here, and I put for level 99 10 times the level 1, so 160. Okay, that's what I do for attack, defense, magic attack, magic defense, and for agility and luck. The software usually puts high numbers when you generate curves. So what I do is I divide this number by 2 and I put 10 times this number. So basically for luck, 15, 150. Okay? So it's what I do for creating class characteristics, statistics, parameters, whatever you call it. Okay, so for the enemies now, I created two enemies, one basic enemies, which is the testing crystal, and one boss enemy, which is Osiris. Okay, we will see the not now. We'll see that in game later. So it's a basic enemy, so it's all the common enemies we encounter in the game. So on the world map or in dungeons. Maybe in dungeons you can made them a little stronger, but I don't do that. And a boss enemy. So what I do for the statistics parameters of enemies, I do a calculator. What I do is I multiply the average amount of attack that the player would have at the state of the game. So it's an enemy that you encounter level 1. The amount of attack, the average amount of attack, it's in our base class, it's 15. So I put 15 and I multiply this by 3. Okay, so it's 45. So what does that mean? It means that the enemy it will take like 3, 4 or 5 heroes attack before he die. Okay, he dies. Sorry for my English. So we will see that in game, but I think 3 or 4 times the character attack or magic attack is nice for battles that are not too long for the player. Okay, generally there will not be only one enemy with common encounters. There will be 2, 3, maybe 4, or maybe more. So I think it's a good balance. Okay. Then I go for attack. MP. I divide the HP by 10, and I put 1 point or higher or lower. It's whatever you want. But the MP for enemies is not really useful in my game. my game it's not really useful. Then for attack and magic attack, what I do is I usually take the average HP, so it's 45 for heroes, 45, and I divide it by 5, okay? So it's 9 here. It's 9 and I've put 7, I don't know why. Yes, okay. I know, it's because I calculated it on the Assassin's class, but you have to calculate it on the average class. So okay, what 9? Okay, 9 attack and 9 magic attack. You can higher or lower these numbers if the enemy is a heavy damage dealer or not. Same for defense, magic defense, etc. You can adapt it. It's just an average number. And for defense and magic defense, I usually put half attack and magic attack, so 4 or 5, doesn't matter. For agility, I put the same than the heroes, the same for the enemy and the heroes, so it's 15 here. Okay, so it's for the basic enemy, and for the boss, what I usually do for HP is I multiply attack by 35. It means that it will take maybe like 10 turns or maybe lower, like 10 turns to kill him. It depends on the boss pattern and strategies, etc. But 35 is generally a good number. Maybe you can put 40. Okay, same for MP, I divide by 10. For attack, what I do is I divide by 3, or no, 2. I divide it by 2. I divide HP that the hero have, average HP, by 2. Okay? So my game are generally game where you have to heal a lot, so two hits to kill a hero, it's not that big a deal. Okay? So I've put 22, 22 and half. 11, 11. And for agility and luck, I usually put 1.5 or 1.3 times the amount of agility of the player. Okay, that's what I usually do, so 20 and 20. Okay, that being done, I have a last thing to say before entering the test. It's for the damage formula. The damage formula I saw that on RPG Maker forum, and I use that for every game because it's the most balanced in my opinion. So what I do is I do the attack times multiplier if it's a skill. Maybe it's a skill that did 1.5 times the attack, power 2. And I divide it by attack plus attack of the hero plus the defense of the monster. If your skill deal 1.5 times the attack, you put 1.5 here and 1.5 here, obviously. Okay? So I will not explain in this video why this formula is the best for me, but if you want a balanced formula for your game, that prevents the hero from dealing 0 damage to high defense enemy, I recommend this one. It's really effective. Okay, now we will start the game and we'll see a battle or two maybe. Okay, let's go. This is the crystal for the basic enemy. So the basic enemy 45 HP, I deal 11. Okay, instead of 15, I will usually do. Okay, so I have only one hero and it deals 3 damage to me. It's not that big a deal, but the enemies will have abilities, etc. We will do that, make that in other videos. Okay, so the battles aren't too long. Imagine I have 3 allies here. Okay, I'm not alone in my game. There is 3 allies. Okay, kill it. Let's go and we'll see the boss. I'll probably die because I'm alone and I have no skill. But in any game you will not encounter a boss at level 1 anyway. Or maybe yes. So I deal only 9. But The battles versus bosses are longer, of course, but I think it's not really a big a deal, because boss battles, what I usually do is I work a lot on my boss battles. Okay, I work a lot to make them interesting, and 10 turns is not that long when your boss is really well made. But we will do that in another video, to how to create interesting boss